Well, hello, everybody. It's Friday night. We've taken a couple of days off, and we hope you have had a really, really good week. Got a lot to go over. Welcome once again to Jump into the Fire. Ron Hall, aka Red Zone Ron, is here, and it's been an interesting couple of days. And I'm not going to whine, bitch, moan, and groan. I pinched a nerve in my back, and it hurts like hell. What the hell? Life goes on. COVID, I did not realize we've had 6 deaths in Chattanooga this week. 629 new cases today. Makes you wonder. And I was at a gathering, so to speak, downtown yesterday. And out of a crowd of probably 1,000, maybe 20% were wearing masks. That's a little bit disturbing to me. Hello, Kim and Alan. What is going on with you? It has been a hell of a week. School started, and Hamilton County is getting rocked with COVID cases. And believe it or not, next Friday night, high school football kicks off in Tennessee. Games that count. Tonight, several schools in the area are having scrimmages. And I am curious to see. Hello to my son, Chris, the executive producer, the man who gets all of this set out there to the podcast platforms. What's up, Chad, Diane, Clint Powell? Starting tomorrow night, we'll be live on YouTube. And if everybody paying attention, is it tomorrow, Chris? I think tomorrow is his first anniversary. And I just got a strange feeling he's going to have better luck in the marriage department than his old man did. Dad didn't have real good luck other than the fact I've got 2 damn good kids. But I saw a news report from Walker Valley, and the claim is you're getting your temperature taken when you go in. You're going to have to social distance. You're going to have to wear a mask. I still find it hard to believe that somebody is not going to try to jam a stadium full of people in there. And I watched another report from another local high school. So everybody say happy anniversary to my son and his wife. And I was disturbed in watching the footage. Now, this high school is in Tennessee. Not one coach at that practice was wearing a mask. That bothers me. That does bother me. I don't know if it should, but on the surface, it bothers the hell out of me. You have a responsibility. Live up to it. But it starts full bore next Friday night. It will be interesting to see. I've got a poll out there on Twitter. You can follow me at RZR Hall. There is a poll. Will high school football finish the season? I don't know. If anybody's going to do it right, I know Kip Klein and the folks at Ridgeland are going to do it right. And I know Bo Campbell at LFO will do it right. I've been out of the loop for a couple of years. I know Tim James at East Ridge will do it the right way. But I don't know. There have been so many coaching changes in Hamilton County that I've been out of the loop in high school football now for a little while. So I'll just state my dang opinion. And okay, here's a COVID update from my son. They went to Texas Roadhouse tonight for their anniversary dinner. They ask you questions when you check in, and then you have to everybody is social distance in the restaurant. And you have to wear a mask when you go in, and you're not allowed to take them off till you get to the table. So Texas Roadhouse is doing the right thing. But we will see next Friday night. And then in 2 weeks, we will see what kind of COVID numbers we have. Cleveland's going to limit to 2,000 tonight. That's good. That's good. They've got a facility that will rival Ridgeland. I mean, and I'm not sucking up because Kim's watching, but there is no high school football facility within a 100-mile radius of Chattanooga that even comes close to Ridgeland High School. Now, that being said, we'll just have to wait a couple of weeks after the season opens in Tennessee to see what the numbers show. And we can only hope that there's not a significant increase in them. And if it is, what do you do? The Southern Conference finally made their decision yesterday, and about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, the Southern Conference, of which the Chattanooga Mocs are a member, and I know Coach Klein's alma mater, ETSU, those scummy Buccaneers. The conference announced there will be no season. All fall sports, there will be no conference competition. Each individual school is entitled, they can set up non-conference games if they wish. Samford has one scheduled against Florida State. It was already on the schedule. And the ACC right now is full bore ready to play football. So Samford gets lucky in this deal. They can keep practicing, and they get to go play their money game against the Seminoles. Or as when I lived in Florida, they were called the Semi-Holes by the people who love the Gators. But the Mocs, they lost out on their money game. And now they can schedule up to 5 games, 4 or 5 games. Problem is finding one of those money games which you're desperately going to need. This will hurt, and it will hurt financially. And here's the deal. Yes, COVID is the reason, but it's also money. It's also money because the NCAA guidelines that they have set up in order to have a season, unless you're one of the Power 5 conferences, you can't afford it because they're testing requirements and everything else. And a school like ETSU, a school like Chattanooga, a school like Furman, a school like Kennesaw State, you cannot afford the kind of money to meet those NCAA requirements. I know Kennesaw State said they are going to try to pursue some non-conference games. The Mocs are considering it. And I think if I heard Athletic Director Mark Wharton right or correctly, that a decision, yay or nay, on some non-conference football will be made by the 21st. I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening because the expense in testing and all the precautionary measures that have to be taken, where's the money going to come from? Where is that money going to come from? And where are you going to find a money game now to make up for that? It's going to be very difficult because you've only got the Big 12, ACC, and SEC going to play football. SEC is playing conference games only, so they're not playing any money games. The ACC, the non-conference games, somehow FSU's getting a pass with Samford. But non-conference games are supposed to take place against an opponent that school is located in your state. How Samford and FSU are getting a pass, I don't have a damn clue. But where are you going to find those money games? Georgia Southern added one against Army. But you've still got some group of 5 conferences that have not made any kind of decision. And I caught Will Healy, the coach at Charlotte, on Sport Talk yesterday, and they have a couple of tentative games scheduled against Duke, North Carolina, and App State, just to fill in some games, because they have had members in their conference elect not to play football this fall. But not only will there be no football at Chattanooga or in any Southern Conference school, there will not be women's soccer. There will not be cross country. And that will eliminate the fall softball season. Now, there has been a lot of mouthing on social media all during this about playing football. Okay? And I want to, if I can bring this up, I want to bring up a tweet that was sent out this week by somebody that means the world to me. And let me try to access it here. And it's Emma Sturdivant, who played softball at the Mocs, for the Mocs. Now, because the season last year, the last season was canceled because of COVID. She'd been given a 6 year of eligibility, but she elected not to take it. She's going to law school in her home state of California. But she tweeted out 2 days ago. And you got to remember what you've been seeing on social media for whatever seems the last million years. We got to have football. We got to have football. We got to have football. And her tweet said, spending the last 6 months feeling like my heart has been ripped out of my chest because my 17-plus year athletic career was forced to come to an end, and then getting to watch people fight to keep sports now that football's coming up. College softball was stopped. Nobody got on social media bitching and complaining because there was no softball. But every Tom, Dick, Harry, Jane, Sue, we gotta have football. Raising hell. Well, why weren't you raising hell then? And how many of those people that are raising hell over college football are not wearing a mask? Probably like that crowd of people I was in yesterday, where maybe 20% of them were wearing a mask, oblivious to other people around them. Totally oblivious to it. And these are the same people who day after day, we have to have college football. No, you don't. There was no college football 150 years ago. And the world survived fine. You had it in your grasp and you blew it by not wearing your mask, not staying 6 feet apart from people. So if your favorite team doesn't play this fall, kiss my ass. It's on you if you didn't wear a mask. Is that blunt enough? Something caught my attention that the Tennessee State Legislature did this week. They were called into an emergency session by Governor Bill Lee. I get him confused with Ernest T. Bass. And yes, they passed a bill designed to protect first responders, police, and all of this from attacks at protests. But also in that bill, basically, excuse me again, you're going to have certain hours that you can conduct a protest. And if it's outside of those hours, you can be charged with a felony. Peaceful protest. But if I'm not mistaken, the hours are 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Only during those hours now in Tennessee can you protest. Otherwise, you are subject to arrest and being charged with a felony. And every member of the Tennessee House from this area voted for it. Every damn one of them. Now, I don't have a problem with charging somebody with a felony for attacking a police officer, first responder, or defacing or destroying public property. But now you can frickin' be arrested for protesting at 10:01 p.m. And every representative voted for it. That could have been left out. They could have amended that bill to leave that out. The thing is, they amended that bill to put it in. And on the Senate side, Yusuf Hakim, thank you, sir, for voting against the bill because they wouldn't remove that part of it. Now, if you disagree with me and you think peaceful protest should be illegal, then we will agree to disagree. But to be able to arrest somebody at 10:01 p.m. for protesting in a peaceful manner, and that be a felony arrest, which, by the way, loses your right to vote, that's wrong. And shame on them. Shame on our local representatives. You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. And I can tell you, they will never receive my vote again. Because you are not serving the people. One more time, let me reiterate. Assaulting law enforcement, first responders, and the like should be a crime. It is permanent, Michelle. It is a permanent law now in Tennessee. That attacking a law enforcement officer, first responder, whatever, that should be a crime. Make no mistake about it. But what that means is the people who were protesting in Chattanooga, and for the large part of it was peaceful. There were a couple of incidents, yes. But for the most part, they were peaceful protests in Chattanooga. But by this new law, if it's taking place after 10 p.m., they can be arrested and charged with a felony. That I'm against. Violence, vandalism, no. Throw their ass in jail. But just walking down the street, protesting George Floyd, that's not a crime, folks. And you can tell every one of the representatives in the Tennessee House that are from Chattanooga, Hamilton County, they'll never receive a vote or a recommendation from me again. And if they really piss me off, I'll call them out by name. Well, I could anyway. But all you got to do is look and see. But you should, Michelle, you should not be arrested for peacefully protesting. The police have no right to stop a peaceful protest. That's my opinion. And there's plenty of ample video footage this week of Tennessee Highway Patrolmen going a little out of their way to have confrontations with people. And I got a real problem with them passing a law basically giving you limited time to protest. God only knows if they'd have had that law in Tennessee during the civil rights movement. And hello, Gwen. And if anybody knows about the law, it's Gwen. The best criminal court clerk Hamilton County has ever had. And it was a sad day when a man with no damn experience got elected. And and that man, his father just had a stretch of road named after him in East Ridge. His father presided over my father and my mother's funeral. But he's not qualified for that job. I'm here. Ron Hall's my name. Now, I'm probably getting ready to piss some more people off. Joe Biden announced his vice presidential choice. And it's Kamala Harris, senator from California. And hello, Cindy. That wink's for you. Now, social media is abuzz. First, there was the birther movement for President Obama. Now they're trying to claim that Senator Harris is not an American, is not a citizen. So the birther movement has now started against her. It's bullshit. Pure bullshit. And what else are they trying to say about her? There is one meme circulating, and I'm not even going to, but it's basically a racial slur that you would direct at an African American female. And they've come out with this meme, a make-believe campaign banner. Win or lose on the issues. Win or lose on the issues. If you do not agree with what Vice President Biden and Senator Harris stand for, vote the other way. I'm not going to fault you for that. I'm not going to condemn you for that. That's your choice. If you don't like what's going on in Washington and you vote for Joe Biden and Senator Harris, I will not fault you. I will not condemn you. If you vote Democratic, you're not going to burn in hell, I promise. I promise you, you won't burn in hell for voting Democratic. My father was a Baptist minister. And he never voted for a Republican. A man that I looked upon as a second father And I don't know if Shay Marshall's watching tonight or not, but his grandfather, Reverend Jim Chandler, Baptist minister, Teamster, never voted Republican. So this myth that if you vote Democratic, you're going to burn in hell is offensive to me. Everybody has sin. Everybody. And the way you vote does not determine if you're going to heaven or hell. So keep it to the issues. Don't try to start that there's some birther thing about her. Because it's not going to play. It's going to backfire. Did it stop President Obama from being elected when the birther movement was started? Let me think. No. No. And what you may do by perpetuating that myth is you could get him, President Trump, defeated in November. Because I think society as a whole is over that stuff. I think society as a whole is over that stuff. Now, that brings me to the newest inductee to the piece of shit list. We have a new member. And hold on to your hats, because tomorrow night, Marjorie Greene may go in there for a second time for what she said when she won the runoff election. Because I am no fan of Nancy Pelosi. Those who know me, in fact, Nancy Pelosi is a member of, she was in the first induction class to the POS list. But during her victory speech, the woman who will probably represent Northwest Georgia at in the U.S. House of Representatives, and it's out there, you can find it. And and Nancy Pelosi, we're going to fire the bitch. Come on, have some freaking class, woman. My God almighty. You agree with her or not, it's kind of like the president. Whether you agree with him or not, you respect the office that he holds. Same should go for Congress people. Respect the office. Respect the office. So you may go in a second time, Marjorie Greene, just for being a general sphincter muscle. Just for being a sphincter muscle. But the newest member of the piece of shit list, I can't do a damn drum roll, is the mayor of Lurie, Virginia, Barry Pressgraves, who on social media posted on his Facebook page, words to, and I don't have it in front of me, so I apologize. But it was. Joe Biden selects his running mate. It's Aunt Jemima. You insufferable piece of shit. And you wonder why people feel like they do. Why there are some people who feel like they do toward the president. Because his minions do shit like this. I mean, for goodness sake, was that necessary? Was that really necessary? Trying to get a laugh? And yet you come off looking like the long lost stepchild or brother of David Duke. There's no place for that. There's no place for it in society today. And I am do I really want to confess how old I am? I mean, although I do look damn good for my age. I mean, I got the almost hipster hairstyle now. I was born and raised in the South. But there are some things that we were brought up with that need to go away. And racial slurs are one of them. President Barack Obama was an American citizen, natural-born American citizen, which means he could be president of the United States. Somebody that I would like to see as president of the United States cannot be president of the United States because he's not a natural-born American citizen. And I know my friends out in California are going to think I've lost my ever-loving mind. Wouldn't bother me in the bit if Arnold Schwarzenegger were president of the United States. But he can't be. Kamala Harris is an a United States citizen, and she can be president of the United States. Now, that's a big fear because when he goes, if he wins and he's sworn in, Joe Biden will be 78 years old. That was the age Ronald Reagan left office. So, but God forbid something happen. If he's elected and something happened, Vice President Harris would be qualified to serve as president. Now, if you don't agree with what her and Biden stand for, you are perfectly fine voting for Donald Trump. And just the opposite. If you are convinced that Donald Trump needs to be reelected, I'm not going to fault you for voting for him. I'm not going to tell you until election night who I voted for. But if you go back and you look at my Facebook page today, you will see who I voted for in 2016. And I know I've had people say you wasted your vote. I'm sorry. I liked the bumper sticker. Stop douchebaggery. Gary Johnson for president. I liked it. I thought it was great. So Gary Johnson got my vote. But let's leave the racial comments out of the equation towards Senator Harris. If you don't like her because she attacked Brett Kavanaugh, fine. If you don't like what she stands for, fine. Speak to the issues and leave it at that. Okay? Really, that's it. That's all we can ask for. And I said it 2 or 3 weeks ago. This country has become so freaking divided. There's no tolerance anymore for either opinion. I got called a liberal on social media. I'm not liberal. You could classify me moderate. There are some issues that are my personal beliefs. Okay? I'm not going to take away a woman's right to choose. Although personally, I don't like it. But I'm not going to take her right away. Because here's why. Real simple and to the point. Why? I believe in her right to choose, but I am personally dead set against it. Because if it were available like it is now in 1956, I might not be here. Because you ask why? I was adopted. I was adopted. So was my brother. So the odds aren't really strong that if it had been available in 1956 or 1962, it was available. Yeah, back alley. I'm talking about like it is today. We might not be here because, excuse me. That's why. But I'm not going, woman has a right to choose. Should marijuana be illegal? Yeah, probably. But I personally don't think so. Because had I never smoked dope, I might not have become a raging alcoholic. Never know. Smoked my first joint when I was 12 years old. I can see Gwen and Cindy and all the people I went to high school with. They're going, what? Yep, smoked my first joint when I was 12 years old. It did make Coach Falk's health class a whole lot more fun to get fired up after lunch and then go to Coach Falk's health class. And that did make Coach Falk, it made it. And anybody who had Coach Falk at Hickson High School knows why I said that. Sometimes I couldn't help but burst out laughing in his class, but he was a good man. But I mean, there's some things. So I'm not liberal. Do I give two hoots in hell if two men or two women want to marry each other? Hell no. I don't care. So it seems like everybody's into the name calling stuff. If we don't agree on something, we can still be buds. Don't you think? I mean, do I think personally think there should be a high school football season? No, I really don't. Am I disappointed that the Mocs aren't going to play this fall? Hell yeah. I haven't worked a sporting event since February. I'm holding out hope now we have college basketball this winter. But for the greater good, if folks had just, for the last 2-3 months, if they'd been wearing a mask, we might be able to have crowds at Finley Stadium to watch the Mocs play. I mean, they're playing baseball in empty stadiums. For the life of me, I can't get into it. That's why I'm glad I subscribed to Peacock TV. But, that is what it is. Remember, starting tomorrow night, we'll also be live on YouTube. So that will be just like you see now. We will be live on YouTube. We cannot go back and put the past episodes up with the video. But we can, from this point on, you'll be able to go watch them because they'll archive into YouTube and all that good stuff. And we'll figure out how you can go about doing that. But you should be able to just pull it up under my name on YouTube and it should bring it up, and that'll be starting tomorrow night and all that good stuff. Folks, time to wrap it up. I've gone a little overboard tonight. So thank you, each and every one of you, for showing up tonight. I didn't know if anybody's going to show up. Until football season starts in Georgia, we'll be here on Friday nights. But once it gets started in Georgia, Friday nights are over until football season is done. Okay? Because I'm going to do that out of respect to my friends who are involved in high school football. But thank you. Thanks, Gwen. Thanks, Cindy. Thank Kim. Thank Alan, Tina. And it's hard to keep up with everybody because I'm old and I'm decrepit. And now I got a pinched nerve in my back that make it. Love you too, Michelle. At least my surrogate daughter's back in town. I look at her like she's one of my own. Because there's something, I don't know. But something about Haley Weisenbach from the day because if I'm not mistaken, she had just shown up here when I had a heart attack. And her and Casey Lynch, Chattanooga softball always has been, always will be my family. And I think it's time to reach out to the greatest Chattanooga Mocs softball player of all time to see if she will make an appearance. on the show. But seriously, folks, thank you. You have humbled me like you would not believe. Once again, happy anniversary to my son, Christopher, and his wife, Rachel. I'll tell him happy birthday Monday on his birthday. God almighty, I feel like I'm old. My baby boy is going to be 33 years old. Holy shnikey. But until tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, y'all go out and make it a wonderful Friday night. Hug your kids, hug your wife, hug your husband, hug your boyfriend, hug your girlfriend, whatever. Tell them you love them. And if you're looking for, if there's nothing on TV you can watch, go to Garth Brooks' Facebook page and watch the news conference he had last night. He had a news conference with just fans. And some people say he's phony. There ain't a phony bone in that man. He may be the most humble human being that has the position he has I've ever seen in my life. So go watch it. It's enjoyable to watch somebody that big break down and cry talking to his fans. So until tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, boy, I appreciate y'all turning in. You ain't got a clue. You ain't got a clue how it makes me feel. But until tomorrow night, remember, be kind to each other.